Hi, I'm Ulla. I'm a research scientist and a spiritual scientist. I'm here to unite the head and the heart. Today's video is called What is Ascension Flu? More specifically, what is the energetic basis of ascension flu, which is a condition experienced by more and more people who are ascending. What is ascension? Ascension is gradually moving onwards and upwards in frequency. It's much like hiking up a hill. As we go higher, we change our frequency, but usually it's so gradual that we hardly notice it. When we hike up a hill, everybody does it at their own speed and in their own way. That's why everybody's path is different. We don't ascend as a group all at once. We do it individually. What is frequency? It's a number of waves or vibrations per unit time, like cycles per second. Frequencies are the building blocks of our universe. Why? Because free energy is formless. It needs to be stabilized by frequencies to give it form or structure. When frequencies are low, they allow the energies to stick together to create a dense body, like our human body made of flesh and bones. When frequencies are higher, the body becomes lighter. It can house higher energies and we can progress faster. How do we ascend? Here's a simple analogy using a keyboard. Think of our universe as having 12 octaves or frequencies. Each octave has 12 keys or subfrequencies, and each key contains a smaller octave with 12 tiny keys called sub-subfrequencies. When we ascend, we go from left to right, one key at a time. That's why our progression is very incremental. We can't jump or skip an octave because we couldn't sustain that state. But as we gradually ascend, at some point we'll start to get access to some higher functions like clairvoyance, clairaudience, telepathy, and so on. We'll get some superpowers. Yay! So what's the problem? Here's a guy walking along in a sea of energies, which is our normal environment. His body is surfing along one wave made of lower energies that are denser than the soul's energies that are surfing at a higher wave. The difference between these two frequency levels is what causes the physical symptoms. The body is trying to catch up with the soul's energies. What are the physical signs? If you and your body are out of sync, frequentially speaking, you may get physical flu-like symptoms that come out of nowhere. You may suddenly feel chilled or flushed. You might have headaches, migraines, or pressure in the third eye area, or sudden aches or stiffness in your joints, or backache or neck ache from muscle spasms, or tingling in your hands, feet, or body. You may also have changes in your eating habits, what foods you like. You may get food intolerances or rashes from certain foods. You may feel ungrounded or dizzy or lose the sense of time or have memory lapses. You can also have blurry vision or see things out of the corner of the eye, or have tinnitus or ringing in the ears or be more sensitive to sounds. You can also have a sudden burst of energy, then feel really lethargic for a day or two. You might need more sleep or less sleep, have vivid dreams or wake up at odd hours. These are all signs of frequential growing pains that go away once your body becomes normalized to the higher level. Often there are psychological changes in your values and view of life. It may feel like you're going through a midlife crisis, but at any age. You may become bored with your job or a materialistic way of life. You may go on an emotional roller coaster, get depressed, or feel like you don't belong in this world. You may shun the news or negativity. You may want to do something different, become a life coach, a healer, or do something creative or more meaningful with your life. You may even move away from your family and friends to cope with the changes they don't understand. Some people may be hit by a universal 2x4 or a major life event such as divorce, job loss, or illness that forces them to make dramatic life changes. Afterwards, they may want to simplify their life, eat more natural foods, and develop a healthier lifestyle with adequate sleep, exercise, stress reduction by yoga and meditation, and seek like-minded people to hang out with. How does the ego deal with ascension? Not very well. The ego is the personality or mask we wear. The ego thinks it is the human body and wants us to believe that we're nothing but the body. That's how it anchors us to the lower frequencies so it can run our life. But the soul knows it's just pretending to be human for a while. The soul sits in the spiritual heart but knows it exists beyond form. So the ego and soul think in opposite ways, which creates the psychological symptoms. The more we identify with the ego, the more severe the symptoms. But when the head unites with the heart and the ego becomes the servant of the soul, the lesser the symptoms, at least until the next wave of ascension, when we have to play catch-up again. What's the take-home message? We now understand that the physical, psychological, and spiritual processes are all based on energies held together by frequencies. There is no separation between science and spirituality. We are here to be in the physical, but not trapped by the physical. How do we do that? By not identifying with the ego in our head, but seeing ourselves from the soul's perspective. We're trying to master incarnation while living in the world of form. Everybody who is incarnate is a work in progress, without exception. No one is immune from having to work on themselves to move forward. The good news is, when one of us ascends in frequency, we affect the people around us, which helps raise their frequency as well. Ultimately, we're all just walking each other home, as noted by Ram Dass, who left his body and ascended from the physical to the energetic side this week. We will miss him. I want to acknowledge Guy Needler for bringing us this brand new understanding of Ascension Flu. For more information, please go to my website at bigpicturequestions.com or read my book, which has a lot more information about who we are, why we're here, and where we incarnate. Let's spread the word to others. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, give me a thumbs up, and share it with others. Thank you for watching and uniting your head with your spiritual heart.